and high torque tuning. Back to the racing.
We are ready for the start for sidecars. Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose get off the line quickest. They're in second position there, but they lead into turn one in the first spot as we've got 14 sidecars on the track. Plenty of action in the sidecars. Someone cutting in there and blowing up a bit of dirt. There's a couple of people doing that actually, but it is number 12 out in the front, the Aprilia machine, followed by Barry Smith. Barry Smith is... where's Barry Smith? Barry Smith is on the 73 machine. He's running Stu Dorr, formerly Alan Unsworth's passenger. He's running there in second place, and that looks like Andy Scriver and Tina McKeown in third place on the 99 machine. Spike Taylor. And Spike Taylor's had a change of passenger. I think he's got Lucy Dowman on the side after he dropped his passenger yesterday and he banged his head. So that's an automatic stand down while he gets sorted out with any sort of concussion issues. So that's a change of position there for the passenger. And in fifth place, it is Mark Halls. Mark Halls on the first of the Formula 2 machines there. And Mark Halls has got Michelle McLean there doing the swinging. She did Hampton Downs the other day, and second time, I think, on a sidecar. So we wish her luck. So we've got Formula 1 and Formula 2 out there. Are they scored separately, Brad, do you know? Yeah, they are scored separately. So plenty of fireworks out there. The lap record is held by Barry Smith, number 73, with Robbie Shorter on the side. That's an old lap record. That's 6 years old, a 1:36.137. Last year we had the French lady Estelle LeBlond out here, and she just blitzed everyone in the first race and had a Belgium passenger on, Frank Clay. Bought her own machine, top 10 Isle of Man finisher. So a lovely lady too, Estelle LeBlond. Was racing here last year. This is tight coming onto the front straight. Number 12, number 73, number 99. I think number 99 got a bit of a drive there coming out of that corner. No, settles back there into third place. Hard work for the passengers out there. And the drivers as well. There's a lot to push around. And 73, he's an old boy. He's well into his 60s. How old's he? No, nobody knows. Barry Smith, and it's great to see him. It's great to see Carl Cox Motorsport supporting sidecars and solo riders. They support Toby Summers and the Carl Cox Motorsport Hire Sun Cup. There was a change of position there, I think. Two changes. There goes Scrivy up there. He just about takes two people, but has to settle down. He's got the tighter line, but so it now is number 73, the current lap record holder, out in the front. Number 12 in second place, Adam Unsworth, with Bryce Rose doing the swinging in third place. Scrivy, the local man, with Tina McKeown from the Bay of Plenty. She's carrying a shoulder rotator cuff injury, so she's not too sure how she's going to go, but she's on fire at the moment, hanging on the side of that beast.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Sidecars, F1 and F2 sidecars. And Barry Smith, what a move into turn 4. Got it done there, so special to see the long bike back racing again, the Carl Cox Motorsport long bike. Barry Smith at the helm, Stu Dorr doing the pasturing, and some help from the team at City Honda, along with Carl Cox and some others as well, to get that machine going. So big hello to the team at City Honda watching today. Love your work, Blimmers, and the team there. So great to have them on board as we see their man Barry Smith with Stu Dorr doing the pasturing for him as they scream down the back straight. Scrivy's going to pull up alongside the Aprilia machine and get that move done there. So a change of position in second place as well. So Scrivy, talk to Scrivy, and hasn't done a lot in the off season, but pretty excited to get out here and go racing. He's got a bit of a shoulder injury himself, as well as Tina as well. So they're just going to see how they go and get some high quality miles in ready for the summer. So Barry Smith, Stu Dorr in command of this one. And we go back to Scrivy and Tina in second place, and then Adam Bryce there, third place. That's a cool sounding machine, Spider. So the Aprilia RSV4 engine inside a sidecar, that's something special.
Yeah, they had a problem last season. They've got a tip, the lean angle sensor. Some of these are tip sensors and they're just a pendulum and that, and they glue them shut. But this, the Aprilia solo bike actually had a lean angle thing. It's all to do with traction control, and that hindered them for the entire last season. I don't think they even made Wanganui and didn't even make many races, and they've got that well sorted out, and it's a shame we can't hear it from the commentary box, but I'll be listening to Ctas live this week once they put the this meeting's recorded footage online and be able to hear that big V4 Aprilia. But look at Barry Smith, he's just off into the distance. His lap record is a 1:36.137, running around at a 1:39.277. The same bike he set the lap record on with Robbie Shorter. Bit of a problem there, I think, for Tracy Bryan, and Tracy Bryan has got Joe Mickelson on the side, so they should be further up the field on the little F2 bike. They're currently in 8th position, a 1:49. Their lap times are getting a little bit better. Average lap speed 126.918 miles an hour for Barry Smith and Stu Dorr on the 73 machine. Look at that, they've got about a third of that long straight over second place. Second place has only got about 3 sidecar lengths back to third, number 12, and that's Adam Unsworth with Bryce Rose doing the swinging. Bryce is a sidecar competitor, started off his life on classics and then done moderns, and very capable, and beautifully attired in the Aprilia set of leathers as well, both those teams. And Tina McKeown looks back, and she can't do anything about telling a rider what's happening. She looks back to see what's happening. Tight line there for Andy Scrivener in turn 1. It hadn't seemed to pay it off, because I think the number 12 bike pulled up from about 4 to 5 bike lengths right up to 1 bike length, but Scrivy's a little bit stronger coming out of turn 2 here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park for the first round of the Suzuki International Series 2020, and what a day it's already been. The outright lap record's been broken, as the Gixxer 151. Outstanding. Scrivy's got a problem. Mr. Gear coming out of turn 5. Yeah, it looks like he Mr. Gear had to struggle to get back in there, so number 12 is closed in, but there's still probably 8 to 10 bike lengths between them going into turn 7. Great battle going on between 67 there, and I think that's Phil Law from Gisborne. Phil Law from Gisborne. Don't forget too, the cemetery circuit I think is about 2 metres longer this year. They've put some car parking in between turn 1 and turn 2, moved it out because of the plane trees in there. They've moved it out a bit, and but they've taken that dirty manhole out on turn 2, and that was always something you had to be very aware of. I remember it was a rib breaker back when I was racing back in the late 80s, early 90s. You had to ride into that corner and just hover over the sidecar, let the sidecar come to you, because if you were laying on it, it will break your ribs, and break ribs is not a very exciting injury to have. Barry Smith and Bryce Rose coming into the flip-flop on towards the front straight. That battle's still alive for second place there. There's now 3 to 4 sidecar lengths. Number 12's closing in there on number 99. So the battle is still very much strong for second and third places. We've got 4 laps to go.
Yeah, this one here is at half race distance at the moment. So Barry Smith, Stu Dorr, class of their own at the moment, 1:37.4. So they are getting quicker and quicker. They've got a fastest lap of 1:37.2. So definitely getting into their work. They've got a few lap riders to contend with, but no drama there for Barry. He's well in command here. So Andy and Tina are still there in second place, but Adam and Bryce piling on the pressure. So interesting to see how those injuries unfold, how all the setup unfolds, if they can get quicker and quicker as the day goes on. But it's Barry at the moment with the big advantage. Spike and Lucy there in 4th place. So good to see Spike out there in 4th, and Lucy just to hop on that machine this morning and get into the top 4. Very cool stuff. So we go back to 5th place, Mark Halls, Michelle McLean. That's the first of the F2 machines, the CTR machine coming through there with Gordy McKeown and Louis Scrivener there in 6th place on the second of the bright green big F1 machine. So good to have them out there. 6th place, Darryl Williams and Brian Flynn. That's 7th for them. And then we go back to the second of the F2 machines, and that's Tracy Bryan and Joe Mickelson on the Carl Cox Motorsport F2. So that's your top 8. There's F1 and F2 sidecars all mixed in there, and some great battles going on, Spider.
Oh, indeed. It's good to see Peter Brader. He's tied up with the Lawrence family somewhere along the line. Peter Brader out there on the 21 machine, the Heffalump Racing with Dan Friends, and Dan's partner is out there, Joe Mickelson, on the side of Tracy Bryan's machine. Dan's a classic racer, and I was listening on a conversation. The family had a conversation over the phone the other day, and he raced at Hampton Downs for the first time round on a Formula 1 sidecar, so it's a new experience for him. Very adept on the, I think he's raced in Australia as well, so very adept on the number 21 machine. They're wearing an orange vest as well, the rider is, and that gives the other people when they're passing a little bit of information that they're a newcomer, so that's a very good thing to do. Hello, big overshoot there for Andy Scrivener on turn 1, and he's lost the lead. He overshoots, he's been taking a tight line and overshoots there with Tina McKeown in behind him, and that means that Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose managed to get in front, but only by a nose, so there's 1 bike length between them as they come out of into turn 4 here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. This is the action. Barry Smith's into the hairpin, turn 7, with Bryce Rose doing the passenger for him, so the action is there for second place. Scrivy Mr. Gear a couple of laps ago out of turn 5, but seems to have got that sorted up. He closes in, goes up on the inside of the hairpin, but the line is there for Adam Unsworth on the Aprilia V1000, the Boss Engineering sponsored machine. So this is where the fireworks are happening, or some of the fireworks there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great battle to watch. So these guys, I know Scrivy, he hasn't raced since pretty much this time last year, and there we go with that one there. And we've got this all going on at the moment. We've got Barry and Stu. They're out in a class of their own. They've got a massive 12-second advantage back to now Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose doing the passenger on that Boss Engineering Aprilia V4000. Great to hear that machine going in full song, but it is Barry at the moment in command of that one. Andy and Tina tried to answer back, but still can't quite get it done. They're down the back straight at the moment and heading to the flip-flop. Has Scrivy got anything for him? Not this time here. Good defensive line by Adam into the flip-flop. So we've got 2 laps to go now as Barry crosses the line. And this is going to be some fireworks here for this one here. Spike and Lucy still in 4th place. That's 4th in F1 and 4th overall. And then in 5th overall, but first F2, Mark Hall's Michelle McLean on the CTR F2 machine. So there we go with that one there. And 2 laps to go. Spider still anyone's battle for the podium.
Yeah, indeed, Andy Scrivener hasn't raced since Hampton Downs back in March, pre-COVID. I know that Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose have had quite a number of meetings to try and get this thing sorted out here at Taupo and up at Hampton Downs. So Scrivy, oh, look at him, he's sliding it all over, tries up on the inside at turn 5 here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. He's not going to give up. He's around 8 or 9 New Zealand championships under his belt, and I think Tina's had 2, so strong charges there. Tina's... yeah, oh, they've slowed there coming out of the hairpin. Something going on there. Is a gear mist or what? There's something going on there. There's no tapping. I mean, when I say tapping, is sometimes the passenger will tap the rider, but there's no chance of tapping there. It's just too much time to get between corners and that to reach out to your rider and say something's going on. But they're back on strong and they pull up side by side out of into turn 10, out of turn 9 into 10. So we're looking at the Ctas footage there. Can they get it done up at the top corner? They go up on the inside, touch the dirt. They're back into 2nd place. That's Andy Scrivener and Teeny McEwen. So whatever shoulder injuries they're both carrying doesn't seem to be affecting them at the moment. So it's now up to Adam Unsworth. You can see that. The bright green bike, the number 99 bike coming down that long straight with the Aprilia seems to be a little bit stronger down there, but Scrivy just never gives up. He's not a quitter, this boy.
There's a white flag out now. Barry Smith takes the white flag, so he's just managed to clear off in the distance while these two have been battling. But Scrivy, what a move into turn 11. Wow. He come in deep, used all the road and some, used some of the grass even, and got the job done. So 1 lap to go, that's still absolutely anyone's as we see Scrivy take a nice tight defensive line into turn 1. Seems like he gets caught right up and then left side by side now, almost touching his head out of turn number 1 and into the S's. So it's Barry in control of this one on the Carl Cox Motorsport City Honda F1 machine. And then we go back to Andy and Tina with Adam and Bryce there, 3rd place, but that's absolutely anyone's. That'll come down to the wire. Spike and Lucy crossing the line. They're still in 4th place, so good job from them.
Big shout out to Carl Cox for sponsoring us. I know he'll be watching somewhere online, whether it's live or whether it's your watch recorded. So thank you for coming back into our sport. Been around New Zealand, he's an overseas man, been around New Zealand sponsoring for some time, but it's good to see him back out and supporting the team. He never went away, he just shrunk what he was doing a little bit. So we're looking out for the lead, the bikes in 2nd and 3rd place. Where are those 2 machines? That is them off into the distance. In fact, it looks like Barry Smith is coming onto the front straight here. He's got the lead in charge, 1:37.285, only about a second off his old lap record. He's got a country mile of a lead there, so he's sorted. And he's going to take the checkered flag, the white flag out, and it's the final lap of the first sidecar race of the Suzuki International Series. So we're looking out for 2nd place, Phil Law, and who's Phil Law? Phil Law, looking for his entry. Phil Law, Bryce Rickard and Darren Prentice, sorry. Phil Law is the sponsor. I should get up to speed before I get on the motorway. Okay, here's that battle for 2nd place. The lead's gone, the checkered flag's gone to Barry Smith and Bryce Rose. It is Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen for 2nd place on the 99 machine, as Scrivy looks over to see how far ahead he is of Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose on the beautiful Aprilia. Spike Taylor and Lucy Dowman. Lucy, a step-in passenger after Graham Wilkinson was injured yesterday, fell off into that flip-flop onto the front straight there, off that long back straight. And they're out of action. He's out of action, so Lucy Dowman doing the passengering there. And got to look out for the first of the Formula 2 bikes, the smaller bikes, and it will be Mark Halls and Michelle McLean on the 69 bike. So here comes Spike Taylor with Lucy Dowman hanging off the side there. She's a bit lighter than his previous passenger as well, so that takes some adjustment in his riding style. And also, he's got to allow for the fact she hasn't passenger on this, and there's a little bit of time to get used to this, or quite a bit of time, so changes the dynamics. There's the first of the Formula 2 bike to come through. We're looking out for Gordy McEwen and Louis Scrivener, the son of, one of them's the son of Andy Scrivener. They go through there, and it's Tracy Bryan and Joe Mickelson on the number 26 machine there in 7th spot, and the second of the Formula 2 bikes coming home. A retirement there for Bruce Roberts and Jim Bilby. They won the race down at Timaru last weekend, and then they had problems with his collapsed wheel bearing, and they got that sorted out. Took them a day to sort it out, but they had some good racing down in Timaru. They haven't had that much track time on this bike. So Sidecars brought to you by Carl Cox Motorsport. We had a couple of people who stepped into the commentary box to assist with the commentary and the gossip and that, but unfortunately we haven't had time to actually have a chat to them. Thank you for coming up, and I hope you had a good view.
So the update is Barry Smith and Stu Dorr take the win on the 73 machine, the Carl Cox Motorsport City Honda rig. What a win from Barry. He's just a second off his lap record speed at the well, so he'll be looking good heading into the summer. Andy Scriven and Tina McEwen, some good battles there with Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose. So second to Scrivy and Tina, and then we go to Adam Unsworth, Bryce Rose, the Boss Engineering Aprilia F1 V4 machine. And then we go to Spike Taylor, Lucy Downman, that's fourth. Mark Halls and Michelle McLean, that's fifth in the race. But the first F2 bike home, we go to Gordy McEwen, Louis Scrivener in sixth, Tracy Bryan, Joe Mickelson, that's seventh, Bryce Rickard and Darren Prentice rounding out the top 8 on the Phil Law machine. So well done to the sidecars, F2 and F1 sidecars, brought to us by Carl Cox Motorsports. Thank you so much to Carl Cox for all he does for New Zealand motorcycling. He is a fantastic man, and unfortunately, we can't have Carl join us for the Suzuki International Series, but I'm sure he'll be with us in spirit. And a big welcome to whoever's tuning in to Ctas Live as well. Grant and the team, some great stuff coming up here. So we'll cross down to Jared and Neil. They're going to have our podiums for our sidecars. Barry with the win, Scrivy and Tina, and then Adam fourth, third. Over to you guys.
Race 1 down here for the sidecars, Adam Unsworth. It's going to be an interesting season if the racing continues like that with Scrivy, isn't it?
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Race 1 is the race with Scrivy then. It's just going to be an interesting season, isn't it, if the racing continues like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was really good racing, you know. Really enjoyed it.
And the new rig, how's that going? You've been doing a couple club days and stuff, but not a lot of time. How's the new rig going?
Yeah, no, we're getting there with it. You know, it's slowly getting there with the setup. But yeah, just loving that Aprilia V4 engine. You know, it's just something else. It's got a beautiful power delivery, and of course makes a fantastic sound. And yeah, it's really good. You know, we're really enjoying it. And we're getting there with the chassis. You know, we're every time we go out, we're making an improvement. So we'll just keep on doing that. And
thanks for that. And in second place, we have the bright green no sponsors, Scrivy. Congrats, Scrivy. Race 1 of the Suzuki International Series. Congratulations, mate. It's always good to see you here. You outbraked yourself. You made that one exciting. It's going to be good for Wanganui and the rest of the series, isn't it?
Well, fortunately for us, we're not actually doing Wanganui, but these guys are going to have it going on at Wanganui, and be quite a good to be spectating down there, because there's going to be some fireworks between these two guys. Hey, look, Tina and I haven't been around this track for a whole year today, so our first time back on the sidecar since Hampton Downs, and we both got shoulder injuries, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's really slippery out there. We put a new rear on the back, and we still couldn't stop in time, and we just overshot every corner. And I said to Tina, for the first time ever, I said, tap out if you can't do it. And she didn't tap out. So, hey, it was all on.
Congratulations. It's great to see. And making that one boring, the Carl Cox rig there, just out in front, that was just a walk in the park. You made that look a little bit too simple there.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, really pleased, because obviously me and Stu are a new pairing this year. So we've had a bit of time on the bike, but probably not as much as we'd like. But no, very pleased. The lap times are good, and we're going really well. So we're just going to build on that, and hopefully the rest of the season will go well.
Have you been doing any testing and stuff pre-season?
We did a couple of tests, but we were rained off on the last one. We only got 2 sessions in, and we really weren't on the pace. But yesterday we did some cruisy laps and just got our heads around it. And this morning we went in qualifying and smoked it. So it was cool.
Best of luck for the rest of the series, and look forward to watching you guys at Wanganui, one of the crowd favourites here. Congratulations to the Ctas.